Okay, guys. So here you need to connect the dots. The first dots, what we need to do is, what are the roles? What do you meant by SDLC? What do you meant by STLC? STLC. What do you meant by BCLC? What do you meant by, okay, rather than BCLC? So first we need to know TCLC, and we need to know what do you meant by BCLC. First, coming back to here, I'll talk about this and then I'll come one by one. Now you guys has been explained this. I think a few people has been gone through the as we planned. You guys has been a few people went through, and a few people I think you guys missed to do it. This is what I was keep on saying, because now it would be like a Greek and Latin for you when I'm talking about it. Let's take an example. Now, usually I'll take the same routine example. I'll not take a different one, because even the same example I have been taken in the previous sessions. I'll take the same example, which would be rightly apt. So now, what I'll do, so I have uh, Aisha. Okay, so Aisha, I think last time also I take an Aisha only example. So now I'll
Yeah.
change for Priyanka. So now Priyanka, you're going to build a house. Okay, so you wanted to build a house of on one ground, means 2,400 square feet of land you wanted to build. Now, first, what you will do, means now we wanted to go for a contractor. Okay, so when you go for a contractor, so first you will go and say, boss, I wanted to build a 2,400 square feet house. Then he will ask you the question. He will ask you the basic questions. How you want, ma'am? So do you wanted like a duplex, or do you wanted like a independent villa having a good nice car parking, and then swimming pools on top of your roof, and then three-bedded house in the first floor, and then in the ground floor with a kitchen and then hall and a living room, and then you will be giving those particular requirements. So now what he's trying to do there? So he is trying to gather the requirements, what exactly we wanted. So that particular requirements he was trying to gather. And how, means do you wanted luxury, or you wanted means how you wanted to have your kitchen with a modular kitchen or normal kitchen, and how you wanted to have a pet house. So these all things you will be asking for the Priyanka. Now, what he will say, means Priyanka gives all these particular answers and all the things. And once after this one, then they will go for an analysis. Oh, okay. You are say, and then he will ask you how much is your budget also. Then probably we will say 40 lakhs. Or 50 lakhs is my budget to do this. Now, when we have, okay, 2,400 square feet, and I have 40 lakhs, whether I can add, means whatever the basic requirements, the duplex and with this luxury and all these things can be possible or not. So that is what we will try to analyze. Okay, for this one, how many contractors we do have, and how many maestries we wanted to have, and how many daily labors we need to have, and how we need to inspect this one, and by when we need to start this project, by when the project will be ended. So all these particular analysis will be done on this particular basic project. So now I wanted to construct that house, so analysis I have been done. Now as soon as analysis is done, directly I'll go and build the house? Probably not. So then I'll prepare a blueprint for the house. Now the blueprint is nothing but the designing of this particular house. Now what I'll try to do, so I'll go and then I'll try to have an architect. So the architect will come into the picture. So architect, based upon this particular means whatever okay, 2,400 square feet they wanted villa, and how they wanted the ventilation, and how they wanted the room structures, room sizes. So based upon that, the architect will create a blueprint diagram, so which will means for construction of a house. So now the architect has been created an architecture, and then what he will try to do, he will give it to the respective uh, uh, he will give it to the respective masonries and all other people, so that they can take it up, and then they will start creating that particular house. Okay, now from here, the implementation part will start doing it. So now based upon this particular architecture and the blueprint, they'll take that particular blueprint and they will start constructing the house. So now the first they will do the foundation, and they will go for the side walls, and then they will go for the roof, and then they'll start building up this particular house. Now what we will try to do means Priyanka will be more sure whether these guys are cheating us, or whether they will be constructing accordingly or not. She will go for the inspection, and then she will check whether these guys are doing it properly or not, and then whether they are maintaining the good quality or not, means whether they are bringing the nice quality of cement, and then bricks and all the things are bringing by them or properly or not. So they will take that particular Priyanka will go on a high level, and she will start doing the inspection. And then internally, the contractors also, what they will do. So these particular contractors will go, and then they will check whether all these side walls and everything is getting constructed properly, and the roof is constructing properly. They will check, and on top of that, inspection also will be happen. And after that one, so once after the completion of this one, so we will be hand overing to Priyanka, so that your beautiful house is ready, so you can go ahead and then you can take this thing. And then if you wanted anything maintenance, we will come every couple of 3 months or 6 months, if there is any plumbing work, or is there is any roof work or anything you wanted, our contract services will be given for us. So this is what for an example, if you wanted to construct in house, so we do these things. Just you have been felt like what is this construction class? This is not a construction class, but just do you think that how apt it was matching to us? Now instead of this particular house, now let's keep this particular software here. So when we have a software, the first phase is requirement gathering. So we will require, means we will gather all the requirements which we wanted. So means what technologies, mean what exactly you want. Means for example, a client came for me for creation of a Gmail box. So when the client came with the Gmail box, so then I'll be seeing that, okay, so what he wanted a login page, and he wanted a home page, and he will be having an inbox, and he will be having an outbox, and he will be having a compose mole, and he will be having a trash. So this all features are will be available for this. So now what I need to do, so I gathered all these particular requirements from the client. Okay, now once I have been gathered this particular requirements, now what I need to do, I need to do the analysis. The analysis is nothing but I need to do the feasibility analysis. Feasibility means, is it possible with us or not? Because it need to depend upon the budget, it need to depend upon the time, and it need to depend upon the cost or the budget, and then it need to depend upon the resources, it need to depend upon the skill set. I need to take care of all the things, right? So now I came for you, and I asked boss, I means go and create the house. Boss, that's not my cup of tea. So you'll be saying it, right? So now when we take in that particular project, the company need to analyze all these particular sections. So that is what the analysis phase will do. So where here we will be doing the feasible analysis, and based upon the feasible analysis report, then the company will go ahead. So here they will take care of the resourcing part, and then skill set part, and the time part, and the budget part. Everything they will do the analysis, and they will feel that this will work for us. Then according to that, they will recruit the resources according to the respective the skill sets and all the things. That is where the consultancies or these service based companies quickly come, and they will say, boss, I need you immediate joinees, I need quickly to join, because they got the project. Now they need to have the resources. So immediately they will come here, and then they will check based upon this. Now once after this one, so now we decided, we gathered the complete requirements, what to do exactly. I know that, and who are doing this particular project, we will be knowing it. So once we understand, so now if for an example, who would be gathering the requirements? Now here the requirements would be mapped. So here we will be having in the organization, previously we do have the business analyst, and now we do have product owners. What do you mean by the business analyst or the product owners? So these are the people who will try to understand the complete product, what exactly they need to do, means what exactly the business need to do. So they will take care of this particular they will gather this particular information from the client or from the business. They will grab that particular information. According to that, they will create the requirements. This is what the most important thing. Who will give the requirements for us? So the product owner or the business analyst will be giving us this one. So the product owner means this is a scrum, means in the agile we do have different types of roles and responsibilities. In the agile we will call it as PO, and normal in waterfall and other models they will be calling it as business analyst. Okay, guys, we need to understand SDLC is a model, okay, is not a phase. SDLC is a mother. For SDLC we do have STLC, and we do have means the child for STLC is TCLC, and the child for TCLC is BCLC. Okay, so this is how the flow would work. So the parent is means grandparent is SDLC and STLC and TCLC and BCLC. TCLC is nothing but test case life cycle. BCLC is nothing but bug life cycle. Okay, now in this one means coming back to here, and for the SDLC we do have different models, not 5 to 6 models. There are many models are there. So like increment model, prototype model, rad model, spiral model, V model, agile, and latest we do have TDD, BDD, and all these things are there. Okay, so but these are the most prominent models which we need to understand. So SDLC is a model. For SDLC we have different models, and SDLC is a parent, and these are the childs of this particular models. Okay, now here in the requirement phase, so we gather all the information. Who gathers that information is BA and the POs. Okay, now who will do the analysis of this particular project? So now the BA and the PO captures all this particular information, and he gives us this particular information. Now when we got this information, all the exit team means all the project managers, and then and the POs and the BAs, everyone sit together. Project managers means who manages the project, simple, and who is means the development manager or the testing manager. So those all people will be involved into it. BA people will be involving into it, and they will say that, boss, these are the requirements. So now based upon this particular requirements, this much of time means will be derived, this much of cost will be derived, and this much of resources we will be required, this much of skills we should be required. So those all informations these guys will discuss, and then the development manager will say that, okay boss, we can ready, we can go start. And then testing manager will say that, oh okay boss, I'm also ready, we can go, let's go, and then go. And then once they have been decided, then it will go for the design phase. So now that's how the requirement will be gathered, means the requirement phase will gather all the requirements, and then it will be done by the BA and the PO. And then next, coming back to the analysis phase. In the analysis phase there are multiple phases are there. In this particular multiple phases we do have uh, the project managers or managers, development manager, testing managers, and the BAs and all sit together, and then they will derive the this particular feasibility report, and then they will give the go signal. Now coming back to the next one is the designing phase. In the designing phase we will be having the architects will be played. So this is the roles, like we will be having a software developer. From the development team we'll have dev architect, and test architect also will be involved. So what the dev architect will do, he will take care of the development activities, and the test architect will take the testing architect, the testing architecture. For an example, the development architect will do that. How means what are the technologies I need to select, and based upon this particular technologies, how I should create the particular structure to do it, and how I need to create my framework, and then how I need to create my unit test cases, and how I need to execute, and how I need to build, and how I need to run a static code analysis and all. So these are the steps. Means the basic the architect will design, and from the testing side Okay, so means what are the manual test cases I need to return for this one, and how I need to execute this particular manual test case, and how I need to review this particular test cases, and how I need to execute it, and how I need to convert these particular test cases into the automation, whether we have the framework for this one. Once we have the framework, so how we can convert this particular automation steps in, means execute this one, and what is the frequency, and how I need to execute parallel execution, sequential execution, cross process testing, like blah 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 will take care of the test architect. So this is how the design phase, we will plan all the things accordingly, and then we will say go signal, and then it will go for the implementation phase. Implementation phase is nothing but coding phase, or developing the source code, or these codes will be developed. So now based upon this particular source code development, so now all means I know the requirements, I know the design, so the all the things are given, and we have been taken, and then we will be start executing it. So the roles and responsibilities of this particular implementation phase is, we will be having the development engineers, and we will be having the test engineers will be taking care, and we will have different roles in here. The test engineers, quality analyst, guys, we need to understand. Quality assurance is different, quality analyst is different, quality controller, quality engineer. So like this, these are the different designations and the roles in the market. So I'll talk about these particular different designations in the later part of the session. But as of now, you should know, from the testing phase, the people will involve like this, and from the development phase, the development people will be involved. The software engineers, software developers, or some will all these all keys will be included, and even the POs and everyone also will be included, because they will be understanding. They will be knowing that means these are the people who will be means these are the basic requirements which we need to have it. So those things will be taken care by these guys, and all the requirements and all the gatherings and all the things they will be giving it. So that's how the implementation phase will go ahead. And the now the next phase, it comes for the inspection or the testing. So this is where the birthplace of STLC. So here this STLC will be born. So STLC means software testing life cycle. So this is development life cycle, software testing life cycle. So here the testing will born. In the SDLC phases, you should know where exactly the STLC will born. So in this particular testing phase, the STLC will born. And in this particular STLC, we will be having all these QA, QECs and all these people. And implementation phase, we will have all the developers and all the things, means the coding phase. And in the testing phase, we will have this one. So I'll come back to the STLC, what exactly we will do the STLC. But as of now, just you need to point that how the SDLC connected to the STLC is, this is how this STLC has been connected from the SDLC to this. And who are the roles we will be having? We'll be having these particular roles over here. Okay, so now these testing people means now the complete the coding will be done, and the same time, so we'll be testing these particular activities, and so we will be having a delivery. So now the handover is nothing but we will have the delivery for them, and we will give the delivery to those people, and then they will take care of that. And the last but not least, maintenance phase. So once after the delivery, they will take either the maintenance by us, or they will take care of that particular software maintenance. So the delivery, here we will be giving it, probably the delivery will be giving it to the respective people. And here all the UAT means the people, the UAT testing and all those things, they will be coming over here. So they will be taking care of that. And the maintenance and all the things, it will go for the client. So these are the different roles available in this particular SDLC, and these are the different phases we available in the SDLC, and these are the basic functioning of each phase in this particular SDLC. So this is how you should learn. See, always don't by heart the things. Try to map like a storytelling, map to a metaphor. See, now whenever someone asked me SDLC, because when I was learning, I learned like that. Whenever someone asks me, immediately I'll pull out that example, and then I'll take that particular example to say this. So that's how it is very easy to understand and remember for a long time. So if you by heart something like a subject, definitely you'll not understand. Okay. Now, any questions on this one? So now, did you understand what do you meant by SDLC? And then what means how these SDLC, sorry. So what are the different, what are the different phases we do have in the SDLC? Requirement phase, analysis phase, design phase, implementation phase, testing phase, maintenance and delivery. 6 phases. So means what we do exactly in these phases, and what are the different roles we will be having in these particular phases. So this is what we have been talked about for 24 minutes now. Any questions on this? You guys are understanding it or not? So and here this will go for testing phase, and then it will go for uh, the maintenance, sorry, delivery, and then maintenance. So these are the phases. So guys, we are talking about the waterfall model. So because it's the most prominent model, so for this one, the first thing is we will gather the requirements, analysis, design, implementation, testing, maintenance, and delivery. So this is how we have it. Now first, for an example, I have taken a requirement called login page. Okay, I'll take with a small example. Now for a login page, I have been taken this, and we have gathered all the requirements that I have a username and I have a password for this one. And the same thing, and we have done the analysis, and then we started designing, and then we are doing the implementation, we are doing the testing. In the meantime, means actually for doing this particular login functionality with all these particular phases, it will take approximately 2 months to bring it out. Not really, so it can be completed very fast, but as an example I was taking this. Now immediately what I wanted to do, boss, username, password, that's an old trend. I wanted to go with the OTP. So username and the OTP. Now what I need to do, I need to wait till all this completed, then only once again I can come back to the requirement. In middle of the phase, for an example, when I was trying to do the design, if I go and say that, boss, I have instead of password, use OTP. If I go and say to the people, boss, already my requirement came, so I can't change the requirement in the middle. So the basic disadvantage for this one is, first, it consumes the time, and in middle, if you wanted to change something requirement, you can't change that particular requirements. So this is the disadvantage of this particular waterfall model. Means this is so structured. The advantage is it is so structured, and then requirements will be frozen. So on frozen requirements, we start working on this all the things. So this is the basic advantage, but the disadvantage is it was resistant for the change, and it takes a lot of time to the market. Time to the market means when this can go to the live. See, now I wanted to create a big application. So for creating of that application itself, if we take 1 year of time, all the competitors will come into the picture, right? Rather than that, you go with the minimum features, go into the market within 3 months, and add those particular features one by one, daily or means monthly. You can do that. But if you wait for 1 year and then try to add, then there is no point for that one, right? So that's the reason the market was changed to the agile world. So in the agile, the requirements will be frequently changed, and according to that requirement change, we will create it and then we will do it. So how we come to this particular agile? It means, for example, in the agile means we do have Scrum, Kanban, Scrumban, different models are there. So agile is also one of the SDLC model. Now we do have from here to here, means from the SDLC waterfall model, then we'll go for the incremental model, then we go for the prototype model, then we go for the spiral model, then we go for the rat model, then we go for V model, then we came to the agile. So you should know how this life journey transformed from here to here. So what are the different models are there? So now what we need to do is, you need to know what is waterfall model, what is the advantages of this, and what is the disadvantages of this, and what is an incremental model, what is the advantage of this, and what is the disadvantage. Same prototype models, spiral model, rad model, V model, and then agile. See, now when you'll understand an importance of a person or a people is if you know their background or history, what they have been created. So now by seeing these particular smartphones, you'll feel, means for an example, the latest generation might feel that, oh, this is a very simple normal mobile phone, what's there in this one, what's a big deal, I'll get a call and I'll do it. But just imagine before 10 years or 15 years, getting a phone itself, it's a big deal. If you wanted to call, it will charge you 3 rupees 50 paise, 3 rupees 35 paise. And if it is an incoming call, it will charge 3 rupees 35 paise. So those generation people can understand what is an importance of a call, incoming call free. Because if you wanted to talk for an hour, then 3 rupees means 35 paisa into 60 minutes it will charge. And you imagine before another 10 years in 90s. So at that point of time, if means a landline will be there. If for a complete street, we'll have one or two landlines. So when the phone will come, we will run to their home and then we will talk. So we should know, means if you've seen those all things, how the hurdles and how it has been changed, and then how where we are in now. So everything now, complete world was in our hands. So how we got this one? So because of this, this is what the travel or the history, the linear dimension of technology growth. So we can understand that. Then we can understand, oh, how great it is. So then we can start appreciating it. So now when you wanted to know the agile features, so why it is so important in the market and why it was prominently popular in the market, because based upon all these disadvantages, and many of the master brains has been worked on this, and then they have been prepared this particular agile model. So 17 people from different companies, different geographical locations combined to form this particular agile model. However, so that's altogether a different story. But why I'm saying this one is the next topic which you need to do is, so as of now, we have been discussed the SDLCs, and means what do you mean by an SDLC, and what are the different phases in the SDLC, and what are the different roles in the SDLC we have discussed. Now, next topic you need to learn about what are the different type of SDLCs we have. So these are the different type of SDLCs, and how you need to learn. So what are the advantages of this one? What are the disadvantages of this particular models? And what is the current latest models available in the market? So first you need to come here and then you need to learn. You might have the discussion, boss, I wanted to means just eat means I just wanted to eat a biryani. Why you are telling me where I need to grow a rice, and then where I need to bring it, and how I need to cook this all? Why is it really required for me? Because now if you go for a job, you should understand from where you are getting this rice. So when you are means when you wanted to become a chef, you should know what quality of rice you wanted to use it, and what type of spices you need to use it, and where you will get that spices. The same way, so when you wanted to become a software test engineer, so first you should know about so how this particular means where exactly the testing has been born, and how it has been born, and how it has to be done. As I am telling you, right, everyone can do the testing, but who does the testing without having any escaped bugs into the production? So that is the guy who is a real tester. So be passionate in doing what you are doing. If you're not passionate, then definitely it will be not. Okay, because the complete company, based upon your approval, they go to the market. However, okay, I don't want to deviate in the discussion. So this is how this particular SDLC, this particular different SDLCs are there. The next step for you guys by Monday, you guys need to learn what are the different type of SDLC models we do have it. So we need to complete that particular SDLC model in this particular Excel sheet. You do have it. Okay, you need to spend at least 2 to 3 hours for this one, and you guys can group some means have a quick call with Pina or some other people will be available. If you wanted, you ping with my name and then say ask me. So Chris, you can assign, or else Pina is there. No need to ping me at all. So you can talk to Pina, and Pina can arrange you, means he can give the lecture, or he can arrange someone to give the lecture on this if you people wanted anything on detail. But on Monday morning, all people should come back, and then they should able to explain me all the different models, and then different what are the advantages and disadvantages of this. Guys, see, every day I'm spending 1 hour, means it's really very hard for me, because I do need to maintain all my regular works, and I do work for 3 to 4 companies, and all works I need to take care. In spite of this, with my passion, I just wanted to give it back to my community. So that's where I'm taking this. So when I was spending this much of time for you people need to take this one as a serious. That's what I'm saying, that respect my time and respect your time. So in this particular duration, so don't waste the time. So now yesterday to today, so few people has been dropped. Now from today to tomorrow, few people might be dropped. That perfectly fine. I don't mind if people are dropping, but I mind if you are coming back, and you should means you should go through this particular topics, and then you should come to these sessions. Okay, so ask Pina, so get the access for the repository and go back to these particular videos, and then go through these particular videos, and then prepare well and come back tomorrow's session. Okay, tomorrow's session, I'll talk about this particular SDLC models and different SDLC models. And last 15 minutes, we do have it. And this particular 15 minutes, I'll talk about this particular roles, because this is sixth topic in our Excel sheet. What are the different types of this one? And by the way, I forgot to ask you what is the basic differences between verification and the validation? Sulochana?
Verification. First, we have to verify that particular page, or suppose if if we click a login page, in that login page, we have to verify that particular email ID or whatever we are giving input, that input related text boxes is there or not, that type, that is the verification. And
what are the different roles available in the market, so especially for the QA. So that is what we need to discuss about it. And please bear with my writing, because it is very hard for me to write it on with this pen over here. I may not be writing properly, but do adjust with that. Give me a second, please. I'll clear all. Yes. Okay, now let's come here. Now, what are the different roles we are talking about? So quality assurance. Okay, what do you meant by quality assurance? And what do you meant by quality analyst? Okay, and what do you meant by quality controller? And what do you meant by test engineer? And a QA, QC, test engineer, and other roles. Okay, so means I'll let you know, means we will be having STE role, means software test engineer, and STEAE role means it is like a software test automation engineer roles are this. So what is the basic difference between a quality assurance engineer and then a quality analyst or the quality controller? Now for this one, I used to give one quite a good example. The same example, I'll try to use it over here. So do you remember, now once again we will remember this one with a metaphor or with a story. So what is that is, for an example, we do have traffic signals, right? Who defines this particular traffic rules and regulations? Will traffic police will define these rules and regulations? Yes, yes, no.
No.
So who will define this one? Central government will define for this one, because throughout India you need to follow the same traffic rules and regulations. Means on left it is free left. So throughout India you can go for a free left, but it's we follow the UK government rules and regulation. If you go for US, it's a free right will be there. So throughout India we will have the same rules and regulations. So country wise we will be having the traffic rules and regulations. Now the central government has been defined these particular rules and regulations, and who need to follow these particular rules? We all human beings, whoever the citizens of the India, they will be following these particular rules. Who would be controlling these particular rules and regulations?
Traffic police.
That's it. Traffic police will control this. Now Quality assurance means these are the central body. So these are the these are the basic core group at any company level. So these company level means these guys will define the rules and regulations for that particular testing. And according to this particular rules and regulations, we will take that and then we will try to control that particular quality in that particular software testing. So these are the roles: quality analyst, quality controller, test engineer, and then STE or whatever. How simple it is. So the means the quality assurance team is a core group. It's a head that sits in the top. So they prepare all the high level strategies, and they will go for the auditing, internal auditing, and all the external auditing. They will follow the all the standards of ISO 27001 to 2013, and then IEEE standards. They prepare all the documents, and this is how this has to be, and this is what the process we need to follow. So these all things will be defined by the quality assurance team. And so this particular, based upon these particular rules and regulations, so the team will be going and testing the applications on these particular rules and regulations. So those people are called quality controllers, TEs and STEs and all the things. The same way how the central government written the rules, and the traffic police will maintain that particular rules and regulations. So that is what we do here. We will make the quality controllers. We are the quality analysts, quality engineers, and test engineers. All these roles, what they will do is they will try to control the quality in the software. Okay, quality assurance team, they define the rules and regulations, they define the processes, they define the testing governances. So they define the practices, how we need to carry out throughout our projects. So they do all, and according to them, whatever the rules and regulations they defined, we will take care of that, and according to this we will follow those. So that is what the basic differences between a quality assurance engineer and then the quality analyst, controller, engineers, and all the things. And here, this is what, when we will also take the same example when we are trying to talk about test strategy and test plan. So test plan will be done at this particular QA/QC level, and test strategy will be done by the assurance team. So when we're talking about the documents, we will have this test strategy versus test plan document. This is also one of the most important thing the people need to understand. So those things will be done by these people. Okay, so hope you have the clarity on what do you mean by quality assurance and then quality and controller and analyst. So altogether, quick to summarize today's pointers, what we have been discussed. So we first quickly started with the quick checks on the people, means what you have been understood about the SDLCs, and then we have been started with the SDLC, and we have been talked about the phases, and then we have been talked about the roles associated to this, and then we have been shown how the STLC will be born, and then we have been talked about uh, waterfall model, and then we have been asked means to go through all the different what means different SDLC models for tomorrow, and then even the verification validation we wanted to take it to tomorrow. So these are the two items for Monday, and then these items we have even discussed about the different roles. So these are the things which we have been discussed. So that's it for today's session. Yeah, it would be open for